9 facts about space that are hard to believe. There is a $26.90 nonillion diamond planet in the constellation of Cancer, and an Earth day will stretch to 870 hours in the future. I tell you what else the space hides unusual. 1. There can be more than 8 planets in the solar system. The solar system is the most studied part of outer space. According to the official version, it includes 8 planets. In fact, there are much more of them. There are at least 5 dwarfs alone here. These are Pluto, Ceres, Haumea, Makemake, and Eris. Due to their remoteness from the Earth, they are little studied. Moreover, according to scientists, there may be about 2,000 more potential dwarf planets in the solar system. In addition, many astrophysicists recognize the existence of a 9th major planet. It is the size of Neptune and 10 times the mass of Earth. Scientists began to guess about the existence of the mysterious Planet X back in 2014, and in 2016 they received the first evidence using computer simulations. 2. A planet made of graphite and diamonds. Astronomers have discovered another mysterious planet in the constellation Cancer. According to the staff of Yale University, it is twice the size and 8 times the mass of the Earth. But the main thing is that Janssen is almost entirely composed of graphite and diamonds. Moreover, the latter account for a third of its substance. Forbes has estimated the value of the planet at $26.90 nonillion. By space standards, a giant diamond is located not far from Earthlings, only 40 light-years away. True, the temperature of its surface reaches 2.148 thousand degrees. And the rotation speed is so high that 1 year there equals 18 Earth hours. In addition, scientists recently found that one side of the Janssen is in a molten state and is a carbon lava. 3. Without a moon, marine life will die out on Earth. If the Earth's satellite disappears, most likely, a global catastrophe will not happen. Once it was the main source of light in the dark, now people know how to do without it. And yet, some major changes will occur. For example, many water sports will come to an end. The phases of the moon affect the waves passing over the surface of our planet. It pulls masses of water along with it. In addition, marine life will die out, whose life is directly related to the tides. Without a satellite, there will be no solar and lunar eclipses on Earth, and the tectonic plates will shift, causing earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. But the main thing is that the planet's climate will no longer be the same. 4. Fragments of the Tunguska meteorite have not yet been found. The most mysterious space alien of the 20th century is the Tunguska meteorite. It fell in the area of the Siberian River Tunguska on the morning of June 30, 1908. On that day, the sky was lit up with a bright glow, and the air explosion that followed it destroyed a huge area of /U200B/U200B forest, and knocked out the windows of houses within a radius of 200 kilometers. However, neither meteorite fragments, nor traces of the use of weapons of mass destruction, nor the wreckage of an alien ship was ever found. According to NASA experts, the diameter of the meteorite was 75 m, and the force of the explosion was equal to the power of a thermonuclear bomb. By the way, after the fall of the Chelyabinsk meteorite, scientists found more than 100 fragments. The largest of them weighs almost 700 kilograms. 5. Silence reigns in space. The quietest place on our planet is considered to be an anechoic chamber at the Orfield Laboratory. It absorbs up to 99.99% of sounds. But even there you will not be able to hear absolute silence. It will disrupt the work of our lungs and circulatory system. Today, various studies are carried out in this laboratory and devices are tested. And in such isolated spaces, NASA specialists test future astronauts. There is no sound in space because there is no air. Therefore, even powerful galactic explosions occur in complete silence. It is very difficult to work in such conditions. Just a few minutes in a sound vacuum cause panic attacks and severe auditory hallucinations in unprepared people. 6 NASA spacesuit costs $22 million. The first spacewalk of a team of female astronauts was postponed due to a shortage of spacesuits, and took place in October 2019. NASA has invested more than $200 million in the development of new spacesuits. Despite this, according to the report of Inspector General Paul Martin, the department has only 11 usable spacesuits at its disposal. They were developed in the late 70s, and their service life expired in the last century. Due to a malfunction in the outdated cooling system of the spacesuits, moisture accumulates in the helmets of the astronauts. According to NASA engineer Pablo de Leon, each such suit weighs more than 150 kilograms and costs $22 million. 7. The Moon leaves the Earth's orbit. The Moon is gradually moving away from our planet. True, this happens at a very low rate, 38 millimeters per year. Researchers at the University of Wisconsin-Madison and Columbia University calculated that 1.5 billion years ago, an Earth day lasted about 18 hours. At that time, the Moon was 44,000 kilometers closer to the Earth than it is now. According to astrophysicists, the increased distance affected the rotation of the planet around its axis, and at the same time, the climate and the length of the day. In a few billion years, the Moon's orbit will approximately double, and the day will stretch for 870 hours. However, over time, they will no longer move away from each other, and the satellite will again begin to move towards the Earth. Experts predict. 8. Powerful gravitational field slows down time. Due to gravity, time in space flows differently. The more powerful the gravitational field, the more time slows down. This phenomenon is illustrated in Christopher Nolan's film Interstellar. When the heroes get to the planet Miller, an hour for them is equal to 7 Earth years. Returning aboard the spacecraft a little over 3 hours later, the astronauts find an already gray-haired colleague who has been waiting for their return for 23 long years. Almost the same thing happens in reality. For example, for astronauts, time goes by a fraction of a second faster than for people on Earth. And near a black hole, it almost completely stops. 9. Winds on Venus blow at a speed of 500 kilometers per hour. Venus is similar to Earth in composition and size, but very different in appearance and surface conditions. The atmosphere of the planet consists of carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid vapor heated to high temperatures, and has a very high density. Data from the SPICAV spectrometer installed on the Venus Express orbital station showed that in the mesosphere of Venus, at an altitude of 85 to 100 kilometers, ozone is 10,000 times less than in the Earth's atmosphere. And the content of sulfur dioxide varies significantly over several days. Thanks to a study using stellar transillumination, When the spectrometer tracked the stars as they rose and set below the horizon of the planet, scientists were able to determine the concentration of the main gas of the Venusian atmosphere. This distribution of ozone indicates that the gas interacts with chemical compounds that winds carry from the day side of the hemisphere to the night side. And due to the fact that the atmosphere of Venus rotates 60 times faster than the surface of the planet, the wind speed here can be up to 500 kilometers per hour.